Hello everyone and welcome back to more Saya no Uta. So in the last video we made the other choice, the one to keep our agnosia so that we could remain with Saya, and basically we gave up our humanity, talking about cannibalism and murdering people, and it was all just crazy. And then Fuminori decided to ring Koji. I don't know what for, we're about to find out. Did I keep you waiting?
Yeah.
Nah. In the parking lot, Koji finds Fuminori leaning against the fender of Koji's Accord. This is the first time he's seen Fuminori since the night at the mysterious abandoned house. It's been a long time since they've spoken face to face, in the light. Perhaps that's why Koji senses something strange in Fuminori's expression. He's not sure what exactly, but something has definitely changed.
前にも話したと思うが、僕は今、オーガイっていう人についていろいろと調べなきゃならない。
Well, he definitely looks happier for one. I think I told you before that I'm currently looking for information on a man named Ogai.
そうらしいな。
So I've heard.
それがな、ここに来ていろいろと難しくなってきたんだ。やっぱり、僕一人じゃ無理かもなって。
Well, it's starting to get more complicated. It looks like I can't handle it by myself after all. Fuminori seems more relaxed than before. He used to be tense all the time, like he was terrified of something, but now his expression is calm, and he's even wearing what resembles a sheepish grin.
で、お前にも手伝ってほしいんだ、コウジ。
So I need your help, Koji. Nevertheless, some instinct is telling Koji that Fuminori's changes are not all for the better.
一体どういう風の吹き回しだ？
Why the sudden change of heart? Koji asks, keeping his expression neutral to conceal his suspicion.
だって、お前も関心あるんだろ、コウジ。
You're involved too, aren't you? Fuminori responds coolly. His smile, unreadable as ever, offers no glimpse of his true motives.
お前も僕の後から、オーガイ教授の家をいろいろと探し回ってたじゃないか。
You searched Professor Ogai's house after me, didn't you?
僕とお前とでバラバラに探すなんて二度手間だよ。どうせなら協力してもっと効率的にやろう。
It's a waste of time for us to look for him separately. It'll be more efficient if we team up. Why? Why does there seem to be malice, thick and viscous, lurking behind Fuminori's smile?
ともかく今日は足が必要なんだ。車を出してくれないか。
Anyway, I need your car today. Mind driving? It's just using him for a vehicle. That's not nice.
まあ、構わんが。
Well, no. Fuminori's car was destroyed in the accident, so Koji isn't surprised that he'd need a lift. I suppose he doesn't really feel like driving again after that accident. Koji unlocks his Accord and gestures for Fuminori to take the passenger seat, then gets behind the wheel and starts the engine.
で、どこに行くんだ？
Well, where are we going?
栃木の北の方、那須高原の近所だな。
North Tochigi, near the Nasu Heights.
栃木？
Tochigi? Even Koji can't conceal his surprise at this.
住所はこれだ。この建物を探してほしい。
Here's the address, Fuminori says, handing Koji a photo with an address on the back. I want you to find this building. Rather than be angry at Fuminori, Koji is simply amazed that he seriously expects to be driven over 100 kilometers.
今から出発すれば夕方頃には着くだろう。
If we leave now, we should be able to get there by evening, right?
まあ、そうかもしれんが。
Yeah, maybe. Koji sighs heavily, tapping the steering wheel as he calms himself down. Now that he's come this far, the only thing he can do is see his friend's craziness through to the end. I mean, Fuminori's expecting a lot from him, considering he's been a complete butt to all of his friends, and given them no reason to do him a favour.
別荘か何かか、これは。
Is this a vacation home or something?
多分、そこにオーガイ教授もいるらしい。
Probably. Professor Ogai should be there. Koji isn't looking forward to meeting the owner of that strange house, but he's even more uneasy about letting Fuminori go alone. It's kind of sad that Koji still cares so much about Fuminori, even though he's given him no reason to. It looks like he just has to grin and bear it.
東京に戻るのは夜中かもな。
We might not get back until night.
悪いな。世話をかけて。
Sorry for the trouble.
いいさ。
Don't mention it. Koji drives out of the parking lot, leaving the rest of what he planned to say unspoken. Fuminori's smile seemed somehow wrong, like an emotionless mask glued to his face. Yo finds herself sitting alone in the cafeteria, searching for a familiar face as her lunch cools on the table in front of her. Oh, poor Yo. She's being ditched by everyone. The guy she liked is just a complete arse to her, and now the friend that said he was going to spend lunch with her is just like, nah, I'm going to go drive that guy around. It's not as though she and Koji planned to meet, and it wouldn't be at all unusual for him to have another engagement. When he hadn't been able to show up in the past, Omi and Fuminori would pick up the slack. But neither Omi nor Fuminori is here anymore. Yo puts down her chopsticks, her appetite ruined by the lack of company, and even more so by the anxiety eating at her. She knows that Omi's absence isn't because of some illness or unavoidable business. She doesn't know why Fuminori suddenly turned against her. If Koji were here, she could count on him to distract her from her worries with some idle conversation. Now that she's all by herself, Yo becomes keenly aware of how little tolerance she has for loneliness. She begins to feel paranoid, like the world itself is plotting to steal everything from her. What exactly is going on here? Where has Omi gone? Is Fuminori really uninvolved? Or is he the key to this mystery, like Koji and Dr. Tambo suspect? Yo will never forget what happened last Thursday. Alone and without an outlet for her pain after Fuminori verbally eviscerated her, Yo had been lucky enough to catch sight of Koji. Concerned, he had listened to her, and although he could hardly make her problem go away, his kindness had comforted her. At the same time, Omi had been on her way to Fuminori's house, and she hasn't been heard from since. Yo has only been aware of Fuminori's connection to Omi's disappearance since yesterday, when the truth had been revealed during their visit to the T University hospital. What if... Yo considers a new possibility, trying to find the answer to the question, why did Omi suddenly decide to go to Fuminori's house? What if it hadn't been a coincidence that Yo had run into Koji that day? What if Koji and Omi both knew what had happened between her and Fuminori, and had decided to act separately? Omi might have seen the confrontation in the courtyard. She might have been eavesdropping. It's not unthinkable. As the idea forms in her mind, Yo feels as though something is tearing apart her body from the inside. It's only a possibility, but if it's true, then whatever happened to Omi is Yo's responsibility too, isn't it? Well, not really, but I can see why you might feel a bit guilty. But it's what friends do, they stick up for their friends. Yo clutches her head, groaning in agony. The food she brought out on her tray is now cold, not that she would have eaten it anyway. Despite the frustration and anxiety tormenting her, Yo is unable to act on her own. She has never been very flexible, nor is she known for her sharp intuition. She hasn't the slightest idea how to respond to this situation. If Omi were here, she would probably tell Yo to think positive and trust her instincts. Yo has always depended on her best friend's energy. Now that Omi is gone, Yo realises just how weak and useless she is. Powerless to stop herself, she can only sink deeper and deeper into a vicious cycle of self-loathing. The sudden sound of her phone ringing is what pulls her back from the brink of despair. It's a text message. There's no title, and the sender is...
Omi-chan!
Omi-chan? Yo cries out in shock. The message itself, however, is even more baffling. Do you want to know about Sakisaka Fuminori? If so, come to his house alone. Tell no one. Oh, I don't trust that. I don't trust that at all. Yo, don't go. Definitely don't go. The message bears no trace of Omi's personality, but Yo can't deny that it was sent from Omi's phone. Maybe Saya's jealous of somebody that she perceives as being a previous romantic interest and wants to offer, I don't know. Stay away. She takes a deep breath to calm herself before typing her reply, taking care that excitement doesn't cause her fingers to slip. Is that you, Omi-chan? Where are you? Yo presses send. The screen shows that her message was received successfully. As she waits for a reply, her mind fills with questions. Is someone else using Omi's phone to send text messages? If so, why to her? Maybe she just sent it to all the girls in his phone, who knows? Something suddenly occurs to her. She and Omi have exchanged countless messages, many of which contain the sort of embarrassing confessions that close female friends share. At times, with her hidden feelings for Fuminori grew too strong to contain, Yo often put them into words for Omi to read. Definitely might be a jealousy thing then. Saya's probably worried and is like, no, I'm not letting this girl get close to my Fuminori. Did Omi put a password on her phone? Even if she had, the person who sent the message was obviously able to unlock it, which means that whoever it is has full access to the messages that she and Omi have sent to each other. Do you want to know about Sakisaka Fuminori? Yo reads the strange message one more time. Whoever sent it must believe that Yo has an interest in Fuminori. The phone suddenly rings again, startling Yo, but she quickly recovers and looks at the screen. There's no title, and the sender is still Takahata Omi. I'll tell you everything when we meet. Come alone. Tell no one. I really don't trust this. It's not Omi. She would never try to scare Yo with such a mean-spirited prank. Anxiety has brought Yo almost to tears. Her mind isn't made to deal with such an incomprehensible situation. Who is using Omi's phone and promising to reveal Fuminori's secrets? Who is it? Yo is helpless on her own. She desperately wants advice from Koji, from anyone. She even starts to dial Koji's cell, but a sudden suspicion stops her. The sender might be somewhere nearby, watching her at this very moment. A cold chill runs down her spine as she looks furtively around the cafeteria. Come alone. Tell no one. The lifeless characters on the screen are like a knife against her throat. However, Yo clutches her phone and forces her heart to stop pounding. Isn't this cowardice exactly what she was just cursing herself so mercilessly for? Doesn't she want to know what she's capable of? Doesn't she want to do more than just sit and wait? Yo realises that her hand holding the phone is shaking. How easy it would be to just give in to her cowardice, to convince herself that everything, even Omi and Fuminori, is beyond her reach. That is what she truly wants. Even if it means abandoning all sense of dignity or loyalty, she wants to flee from the unknowable. However, she also knows that even escape is beyond her. Yo understands herself well. She knows that no matter how fast she runs, regret and self-loathing will consume her after everything has fallen to pieces. In the end, Yo is unable to overcome her cowardice alone. She lacks both the willpower and the courage to run. So I guess she's gonna avoid my advice and just go and talk to this mysterious person at Fuminori's house. I really don't trust this situation at all, guys. The silence of the afternoon neighbourhood seems somehow forbidding. A stink is in the air, as though someone's garbage has been left out for a long time. Even this perfectly normal residential area appears ominous to Yo in her current state. She feels like she's standing in the middle of a ghost town, where everyone in the surrounding houses has died. That's because they probably have. At least we know Suzumi and his family are dead, so... Yo pushes her fear aside and presses the buzzer on the Sakisaka house's front gate. She didn't see Fuminori in class today. Is he at home? He couldn't be the one who sent those awful messages, could he? She doesn't want to even consider the possibility, so she forces the unwelcome thought from her mind. There's no response from the intercom. Yo doesn't know, of course, that Omi stood in the same place 1 week ago, staring at the silent intercom with the same confusion that Yo is experiencing now. Yo, however, is not forced to wait as Omi was. The phone in her pocket suddenly rings, catching her completely off guard. It's another untitled text message from Omi's phone. "Come in, the door is open." Yo looks around quickly, a shiver running through her as she realizes that she's being watched. Searching fearfully for her observer, Yo spots movement out of the corner of her eye. On the second floor of the Sakisaka house, a tightly drawn window curtain just fluttered slightly. The watcher, the person who has been sending the messages, is inside the house. Only now does Yo realize that every other window has its storm shutters completely closed. No matter what happens inside, no one will ever know. This time, she is nearly overwhelmed by the intense urge to run away and never look back. "Oh, Yo, you really should. I don't think you should go in there." However, the terror she feels towards the invisible eyes staring at her is many times more powerful. She has nowhere to run. Yo bursts into tears, unable to take one step forwards or back. The phone rings again in her hand, as though demanding that she enter the house at once. She steps through the gate, her legs so shaky that they hardly seem to connect to her. When she enters the house, an undeniable stench assaults her nostrils. The house is dark, even though it is the middle of the day. Fuminori must be out, as his shoes are not in the vestibule. However, Yo catches sight of a different pair of shoes, stuffed behind the shoe cupboard. They look familiar, so she pulls them out of the shadows for a closer look. As soon as she recognizes them, her mind tries desperately to find a way to deny reality. They are definitely the same as Omi's favourite shoes. Yo has seen her wearing them any number of times. However, that doesn't mean that Omi is here in this house. They might belong to someone entirely different, someone who bought the same shoes from the same store. There's no way Omi could be here. In a sudden flash of insight, Yo presses the most frequently used speed dial button on the phone, still in her tightly clenched fist. The phone dials Omi's number. It takes only a second for the signal to reach the nearest relay station, and then a familiar melody echoes through the house, the unmistakable sound of Omi's phone. Well, you knew whoever was using her phone would be here. They texted you to meet them at the house. Damn. It's coming from the second floor. Someone must still be up there in the room with the moving curtains. Omi's phone only rings for a few moments, and then it stops, as whoever is holding it realizes Yo's intentions. For the first time, Yo feels the definite presence of her formless guide.
誰ですか?
Who's there? She gathers her courage and calls out into the house, but there is no response. Whoever it is must not want to be seen. Swallowing hard, Yo walks down the hallway to the staircase. Maybe it's Omi. Maybe it's Fuminori. Surely it's just the two of them playing a prank on her. Koji might even be here with them. Yo's mind fills with comforting images. Whether or not they are possible, she wants to believe in them. Otherwise, she would not be able to take another step.
おみちゃんだよね。Sakisaka君だよね。
Omi-chan, is that you? Sakisaka-kun, are you there? As she climbs the stairs one at a time, Yo calls out in a voice choked with tears. When they see her sobbing, they'll probably laugh and make fun of her. Let them. It will be the happiest moment of her life. She just wants this torment to end as quickly as possible. She tries to move faster, but her trembling legs force her to move at an agonizingly slow pace, dragging the crushing silence out even longer. With each second, she begs for release from this nightmare. After enduring what seems like an eternity of stillness, Yo finds herself standing in the second-floor hallway. No sound greets her. There is only the gloom, brimming with silent malice.
おみちゃん。おみちゃん。
She shuffles forward, calling out in a weak voice.
出てきてよ。お願いだよ。こんなのもうやだよ。
Come out already, please. I can't take this anymore. The door in front of her is half open. It probably leads to the room that overlooks the front gate. Yo watches helplessly from a corner of her mind as her body seems to move of its own volition, slowly opens the door. Okay guys, well this seems like a good time to end this video. Sorry to leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger. If you guys have enjoyed, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. And until next time guys, goodbye.